Balikatan exercise saw last-minute innovations in the manner the exercise for the AFP participants in particular was conducted. Among others, the first time ever, the Inspector General Service was involved and played a significant role, especially in the observations, assessment, and lessons learned departments. The IG report, which constituted a substantive part in the after-activity report of BK 2014, served valuable inputs in the planning and preparation for the execution of this year's Balikatan exercise. With the exercise guidance from the Chief of Staff, among others, it was desired that the AFP Exercise Director shall come from the Commander of the Unified Command, having the focus of the exercise, and following the dictum, train as we are organized, and fight as we are trained. I guess, being this year's AFP Exercise Director, I had my own dose of medicine, so to speak, and the victim of my own doing, being the former JA who proposed such perspective. Given the honor and privilege nonetheless, together with Brigadier General Rodolfo Santiago, the Commandant of the AFP Command and General Staff College, and the designated Assistant AFP Exercise Director for BK-15, with the full support of the Office of the Technical Chief of Staff for Education Training JA under Major General Edwin Remutique, as well as the cooperation and support of our U.S. counterparts. I would like to report, therefore, that BK-15 has taken newer and better initiatives towards a better BK-15 administration and execution. The AFP Exercise Directorate was more deliberate and circumspect in the planning and coordinations made with our U.S. counterparts. I must say that there was better focus and attention to minute details. We have visited the major services of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, as well as to the Unified Commands involved, to explain further the concepts and objectives of BK-15, as well as to get the respective issues and concerns, all towards a better appreciation and execution of BK-15. This year's Balikatan exercise is a 31st iteration or sequence of the series of Balikatan exercises. The name itself, which means shoulder to shoulder, or shouldering the load together in the local parlance, depicts the strong bilateral ties that have grown and strengthened over the years. These experiences are deeply ingrained in our systems and have become part of the foundation by which this activity was conceptualized, applied, and developed as the years progressed. Through time, this yearly exercise has evolved to address the changing strategic environment where both our countries are linked. It also supports the AFP's goal of developing its capacity and capability, enhancing interoperability between our armed forces and in a combined environment scenario. As the exercise director, I have personally observed, and I'm proud to say, that the initiatives and innovations introduced for BK-15 were all objectively and positively considered by all parties involved. For one, it projects the strength of our defense cooperation through the expanding involvement of both our forces, having a combined strength of more than 11,000 participants, not to mention about the 70 Australian Defence Force members who are also included in the exercise. It continually addresses our interoperability through 56 combined field training exercise events, having a combined amphibious landing exercise and culminating in a joint and combined live fire exercise, all aligned with the given command post exercise scenario. The exercise also showcases 56 civil military operation activities such as engineering civic action projects with an estimated 10,000 indirect beneficiaries and the civil assistance and community health engagements involving 6 sites in Palawan and 4 in Panay. The humanitarian assistance and disaster relief activities, on the other hand, reflect the actions necessary for post-conflict development deemed essential in every military operation, thus linking all the activities in this exercise. Completing the expanded activities for BK-15 is the inclusion of supporting events such as the science and technology, as well as combined air operations exercises, and the operational logistics through the maritime logistics offload exercise that simulates the sustainment of an operation. Overall, the exercise highlights the cooperation and interoperability between the Philippines and the United States, consistent with the Mutual Defense Treaty and the Visiting Forces Agreement. As we continue our commitment to train, share information, and provide support to each other. Additionally, we have also encouraged the involvement of other countries by inviting them to become international observers for this exercise. The continuing conduct of Balikatan exercise is particularly important as security challenges to the region and the world have also expanded to cover not only the conventional security threat, but also the non-traditional ones as well. Thus, like-minded nations with strong advocacy for peace, stability, and the primacy of the rule of law need to band together and promote strong cooperation and collaborative action in the face of these emerging challenges. Indeed, this activity is just one of the myriad of engagements our countries are involved in. This is part of our confidence-building measures as we prepare to face these challenges in an evolving world environment. And that being said, the increasing need for strong partnerships between and among nations, where the Balikatan exercise will be counted in and cannot be overemphasized. Finally, let me welcome all the distinguished guests and participants at the onset of this year's Balikatan Exercise 2015, with strong anticipation of achieving the objectives and targets set for a much better Balikatan exercise. Let us all get the most out of this experience with the aim of incrementally developing the building blocks forged through this continuing engagement, particularly so for the armed forces of the Philippines, as it improves its capacity and capabilities for its mandate on territorial defense. At this juncture, as the AFP Exercise Director of Balikatan 2015, I hereby recommend the opening of the Philippines-United States Exercise Balikatan 2015. Again, welcome everyone and mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thank you to the Philippine Exercise Balikatan 2015 Director. The U.S. Exercise Deputy Director, Brigadier General C.J. Mahoney, will also give his welcome remarks.